Boy speaking.
All right. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Thank you for coming. I had a couple challenges writing this speech, but the biggest one is probably, being mindful that throughout our lives, I was always kind of hogging the spotlight. For Brad, it was probably kind of annoying, kind of hard to live there in my shadow. And I thought it was important that on this day, it should be different. This day is really about Brad and Kara. And I wanted to give a speech that reflected that. So here we go. We are all here because of me. If not for me, Brad and Kara never would have met. I'm actually pretty sure that I know everyone in this room before Brad knew that person. Brad and I have traveled a very similar road. We round up in very similar circles. And that gives a man a unique perspective on his brother. If I've learned one thing from that perspective, and from now just knowing Bradley as well as I do, but also seeing him reflected through all of you, it is that without exception, down to a person, you all like him better than me. Mom too. Also Mom. Now, I'm not going to quarrel with that. I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to explain why it's different or why I created all of this persona that we share. Or this like pseudo-intellectual manner of speaking that we both have that you can't tell apart. Brad is a wonderful person. He is smart and positive and warm, and it's the subtleties that you get with him. Any day that you have, in a race, in a bar, at work, that day is better. That moment is better because Brad's there. He'll have an idea or a joke or a smirk, but it will be the perfect smirk. And it will make that moment memorable. It will make that moment better than it was. As Brad's previous domestic partner before Kara, I had the benefit of that light in my life for, what was it, 3 years?
Well, yeah.
Well, 3 years? All Brad got in return was a messy roommate. So that's what Brad does. He lights it up for all of us. The problem is, for the purposes of our entertainment, Brad's unending virtue is not really a good, it's kind of a bit of an issue. So I'm supposed to rag him on this speech, and I worked for a long time to figure out how to do that, and I really had a hard time coming up with it. So what I did is I texted all of you, and I asked you, tell me about Brad's faults.
Yeah, it's hard.
It was hard, right?
Yeah, the head, though, the head.
Listen to this crap. The first group of answers is like, it's like a bad interview answer, where you sort of take a strength, like somebody asks you, what's your biggest weakness? And you take a strength and you make it sound like a weakness. Laughs too often to the point I can't tell if what I'm saying is actually funny or if although he has a pretty great laugh, so I get it. Oh, he's so great. He stutters because he's humble. Who needs that? That is going to be qualified. Too nice? Probably a psychopath underneath. Usually underestimates the time it takes to cook you a meal. Can I tell you your flaws? His hair is too good. And thinks he's a 350-pound African-American blues singer on the inside. The second group of answers is just embarrassingly slight complaints. He's kind of nervous sometimes. He's on Android. He's one of the Droga girls. They all get dolled up for the Christmas party together. And then, I swear, from someone else, overuses the phrase, "I am friends with the ladies." And then lastly, we've got the answers that are just even slightly approaching actual pot shots. 1. Your brother is great, but his eyebrows are intense. Please, everyone, forgive the language, but wears a fucking baseball hat to nice restaurants. Doesn't wash his hair. He does not count as all in one-size-fits-all hats. And he owns man cutoffs. It's hard to take shots at Bradley. He's a pretty well-rounded, decent human that I think has sort of shined that light on all of our lives. Now, Bradley and Kara. Kara, I met you in 2009. You were at the desk right next to me, and I think you look at the crowd here and you see the same thing. Brad brings that light to everybody. Kara brings that light in another way. She sort of connected everybody. It's like the office was all through you. The loyalty that you bring is unique and exceptional and incredible. And the fact that you guys are coming together now, it's perfect. You're the perfect reflections of each other. And I'm so happy to see it. And I'm so glad to see you guys together. Here's to Brad and Kara.